Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jem, and this is the Afternoon Prem Show.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking good. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking good.
Welcome back, people. I hope you're all well. We've got Lambs, we've got Jan, the Man City fan, the only Man City fan that I actually know well enough, shall I say. I know there is Man City fans out there, Jan, but I find it very hard. Do you find it hard to find them? As a Man City fan, do you find it hard to find some of your own fans? Or
No, I think, do you know what it is with City fans? I think a lot of them don't do this whole YouTube thing. So there is a few like the Man City fan TV and things like that, but they're not around the way United and Chelsea and Arsenal fans are. So it's kind of, obviously I know a lot of fans at football that I go to football with, and I have been over the years, but yeah, a lot of my friends are United as well because of the generation that I was born into. A lot of these people, they just picked Man United. They were successful. So yeah, they are hard.
I hear you. I do. I find it very hard to even find them. Even when we're on the football terrace, we struggle to find, like, when they're like, oh, we need Man City fans. I'm like, yeah, Jan. And we're like, yeah, we've only got Jan. Like, what's going on here? Like, we can't think of anyone else. Winter Surfer says Jancello is here. Yeah, what is with the Jancello? Is that just for how well Cancelo's been playing?
Surfer was giving me a whole heap of names, so I just went with that one. I like that one.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
Yeah, there is. It is. It's a very, very good. It actually suits you as well, Jancello. Like, you could get away with that name as like a day-to-day thing. Honestly, it's a good one. There's nearly 15 of you already. Please smash the like button. Please share, like, and subscribe if you're new here. You know what we're doing today. It's that Prem show. We're going to review the games over the weekend, which I'll be bringing up on the share screen soon. We're going to predict what we think the scores are going to be. We're going to look at the tables and see what the points do for the individual teams. And as the viewers, if you can, please get involved. Please let us know what your score predictions are, et cetera, et cetera.
There's a game on tonight, isn't it? The game in hand between City and Everton.
Not interested. we're looking forward, Lambs. We're looking the weekend. We got Velvishram banging on about Kabak all the last living 5 minutes. Can we talk about immense Kabak? We cannot talk about my Turkish brother, but we will actually. We'll talk about it when we get to Liverpool. We'll bring him up. Big up to Kai. I'm all right, bro. Hope you're well. Big up to Sam UK. Hope you are well. Please smash the like button. Let's share the screen. So, here we go. Let's share the screen. Match 25 of 38. 14 games left, ladies, before the end of the season. Man City's title already. We might as well call it. But the first game is on Friday at 8 o'clock. When it loads. Oh, it's decided not to load. Why has it done that? Great.
Oh.
Why would you do that? Oh, no. Here we go. Why do this to me? It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Let's see if it works now.
There's no matches taken.
I think you know what they've done? They've stopped me from They've stopped me because they know I do this Prem show. They've stopped me from doing this. They're saying, open it up, looking. Come on, please work. Yay! So the first game is a nasty game, isn't it? Wolves versus Leeds. Looking at Wolves at the moment, Wolves and Leeds are next to each other. Wolves have got a game ahead of Leeds at the moment on 30 points. Leeds are on 32 points. Wolves have won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. Leeds have won 3, lost 2. Lambs, is this going to be an easy day for Wolves, or do you think Leeds can give them a problem?
The thing is, I'm just not really too sure what Leeds are going to turn up, because when they do turn up, they can beat anybody on their day. And we've seen them play great football. It's attractive to look at. Bielsa's clearly got them playing a certain style, and it's working for them. Obviously, the issue is that when they do concede goals, they tend to concede quite heavily, and they kind of tend to just capitulate as a team.
Yeah.
The thing with Wolves is they're a bit hit and miss right now. They got off to a pretty bad start, but as of recently, they've started to pick up a bit of form. I don't think it's going to be easy for Leeds at all, because Wolves are quite defensively strong as well. And I think they will hit them on the counter. That will be their game plan, Wolves. I think it's going to be quite close. I'm going to go for 1-1 actually.
1-1. Okay, fair enough. Nearly 20 of you here. Please smash the like button as always. Jan, what are we saying?
Ooh, I don't know, because I watched the Wolves game against Leicester, and they just looked like they couldn't score. They weren't going to score if they played all night. So I think at the moment, I didn't see their game at the weekend, but I think they're struggling a little bit to score at the moment. So I think Leeds could end up beating them, depending, like Lam says, on which Leeds turn up, because they tend to either go and win or they lose. Like, there's no in between at the moment. So I think it will all depend how Wolves play and how Leeds play. This is a hard one. It could be, like Lam says, it could be a draw. They both go for it, but I could see it being like a 2-2. Yeah, it's a draw.
2-2's fair enough. I think that's a fair prediction. I think Leeds will score goals. Wolves are good at defending though. They're not easy to break down. They don't concede many goals. I think they've actually got a very good defence when you look at Bowley and Cody. And is it Carlos Saez? Is it Saez as well? He's good as well. So they've got a good structure. They're organised. They know their roles as a team. And then you look at Leeds on the other hand. They just know only one way, didn't they? Which is just we're even if we're losing 4-0, we only know one way. We'll just keep attacking you and we'll try and outscore you. So I don't know. I think it's going to be an interest. I think there'll be goals, and I think it will be. I think Leeds might. Actually, I don't know. No, I think Wolves are going to win. It's hard. I think Wolves are going to win. I'm going to say 2-1. Let's say 2-1 Wolves. That's what I'm going for in that game. What are the viewers saying? There was a lot of 2-0s, 3-0s. I saw 4-0s. What we got here? We've got. Well, I'm well behind here. What's going on?
I'm seeing some draws as well. Yeah.
4-0, 2-2, 2-1. I mean, looking at the actual table itself, it doesn't do much for them in terms of. Well, Leeds, it does. It does. They've got a game in hand on Arsenal as well. They're moving up to above Arsenal, put them back under the bottom half of the table, which would be great. Wolves, if they win and push them to 33 points, so they'll still be behind Arsenal by a point. But it's really tight, isn't it? And then you look behind them, you've got Southampton, Palace all breathing down their necks as well on 29 points. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's interesting everywhere on the table. Usually when you get to this point of the table, it's like everyone's so focused on the top of the league or the top 4 or the relegation. But if you look across the whole table, there's so many little mini battles everywhere. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like, there's not massive point differences between everyone. So it's just mad. Absolutely mad.
In this year, like there's been so many shock results, surprise results, the people in positions at the table that you wouldn't expect them to be at this point. So it's just been a crazy season, to be honest. Even at this point, we can pretty much see that City are probably going to win it, but still not 100% statistically guaranteed at the moment, whereas they probably would have tied it up at Christmas, usually.
Yeah. We move on to the biggest game of the weekend. No, I'm joking. Southampton versus Chelsea. Wow. I mean, look at our last 5 games, Lambs. Look, we've won 4, drawn 1. Nearly as good as Man City. Look, we're nearly on par.
Not a red
last 5. I mean, Man City are 15, 16 games unbeaten. Let's be serious at the moment. But, you know, at least we're showing some sort of form. Obviously, we're playing away. Southampton, well, they were declining, but recently started slowly picking up some points again. I mean, no, they haven't, have they? Look, blimmin' hell. They're the complete opposite. They've lost all 5 games that they played. 29 points. Lambs, what do you think? Do you think we can get the full 3 points there?
looking at that on paper, we should be able to, especially given our recent form and their recent form at the moment. But there's always that danger when you're facing out of form teams, because they're always desperate to try and get that win, to try and get those points back on the table for them, especially because they do need it. We shouldn't ever underestimate Southampton. They are a very, very good team. We are better, and since Tuchel's come in, obviously we've seen the change in form. We've been playing so much better. Players have turned up. Timo's scoring again. I'm very excited for. I'm very, very excited for this Chelsea team and the future that we hold. But again, I am worried because yes, I'm seeing that VAR decision against Southampton. We're robbed of that as well. Unlucky in a sense.
Yeah.
I think they were unlucky in a few games as well. A few decisions went against them as well, even before they took that hammering from United and then the subsequent losses afterwards. We should beat them quite comfortably, but we should also be very careful because I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Southampton are desperate for points. They will turn up. So I'm gonna go 3-1.
3-1. Confident. I know Bob's is in the chat as well. He's obviously wishing and praying that we don't. I mean, look, we win, we go 1 point behind the two above us, and that is saying. We were 10 points behind them. Points behind them, and we're nearly pushing a point behind. It just puts the pressure on them. Jan, how do you think Chelsea have performed? I mean, they've not lost under Tuchel. They've not conceded a goal under Tuchel, really, other than when Rudiger scored an own goal. Do you see Chelsea getting second? Do you think it's possible?
It is possible. Obviously, it would depend on how the two above you kind of do. I just think, because City are obviously going to drop points. Like, it's inevitable. Because we're actually 22 unbeaten, 16 wins in a row. So it's mad. So that's not going to continue the whole season. So City will drop points. I think United will drop more points than City, to be honest, just the way they're playing. Leicester, they kind of bottled it a little bit last season, so I don't know if they'll make the same mistake twice or whether they'll kind of learn from that and push on. Like, Leicester have a good team. If you think of how many injuries they've had, they're still up there. And this is why, when people bring up Liverpool and say, oh, the injuries, and it's like, yeah, but Leicester have injuries and they're still up there, So we'll see. Maybe some of their players will start coming back. They might even get better towards the end of the season. So I don't know. But yeah, Chelsea look good under Tuchel. Like, the football's better. And obviously he's starting to get the best out of your players. So yeah, I think Chelsea have a good chance. I did say before Lampard was sacked that I could see Chelsea getting top four. But obviously now it looks like you could even get more than that. So yeah, it would be good. I think you will beat Southampton. Southampton are not great at the moment. They have been robbed a few times, especially against Villa. There's been quite a lot of times that the VAR's kind of gone against them. It's a little bit unfair. So I think they will be wanting to win, but I just think Chelsea have too much quality. I just can't. So I think 2-0 Chelsea.
Go on. 2-0, did you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
2-0. 2-0 Chelsea. Everyone's very confident in us at the moment, and I don't see why you can go against us. We're playing very well. We look organised in our system, in our style of football. We've got a manager that's getting the best out of individuals. Is actually managing them very well. It would put us a point behind the two up front. I mean, look, we're miles away from Man City. Well, I say miles, we'd be 6-7 points behind. I know. I'm not even looking at it. I'm saying it now. We're not going to catch. I don't think we're going to catch Man City unless something drastic happens from Man City. I've already said it, Jan. I think it's Man City's to lose right now. To be honest, you're that far ahead. But it's been such an unpredictable season. You just don't know, do you? But I'll put you guys as favourites from a little while ago now, actually. So it wouldn't surprise you. But I expect us to beat Southampton. I think we should go there. I think we need to do a job. I think it won't be easy because Southampton, they like to play. They'll get in our faces. They'll make it hard. And I think we need to win. We need to win this game. It's a big game because after this we've got Man United, Everton, and Leeds, and that's where the bigger tests are going to lie for me to see where this Chelsea team stand. Plus, if we win against Southampton and the Man United lose, Bobs, or whoever's Man United in here, that leaves us a point behind you going into a game against you, where if we beat you, we go above you. So can you imagine the heat that's on that?
United fans must be sweating at the moment, like sweating, because literally, like you said, from 10 points and literally in about after this weekend, we could literally like be breathing down their necks. We could be, and right before we have to face them as well. So,
well, this was the United fans that were saying 21 as well, yeah. If
21 is
so.
Yeah. At one stage, we were like 10 points off Liverpool or something. It's crazy how that long ago. So it's crazy what can happen. This is why, like, as much as people are saying City have the title wrapped up, like, I think the next 3 games, tonight against Everton, against Arsenal on the weekend, and I think the Man United game, if we come out of that with more points, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, even 6 points. If we come out of that with 6 points, as long as we don't lose to Man United, I think we'll be okay. But it just, if we lose them 3 games, changes everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, look, Bob's is saying Chelsea's Tuchel ain't no magic. Yeah, well, you guys thought Ollie had the magic, didn't you? Going on about 21. Oh, we're gonna do it. We've got a manager that's getting the best out of our players. We have Bruno, we have Rashford, yay! And then Man City just went, listen, sit down, sit in the corner. Remember who's the best. Remember who's the best Manchester team? Yeah, like you guys haven't won anything for 8 years. You haven't won the league for 8 years. Just sit in the corner, let the big boys, take over and move on. And that's what's happened with Man United. So
you know what it is, Jem? United fans, they were getting so excited, like, Ole's at the wheel, and City were just like, do you know what? Fuck it, let's just cut the brakes. That's what's happened.
You know who it was? It was Fernandinho. Fernandinho sat the team down and said, "Look, we're not having this." And then he just went, "Oh, it's mad." It's mad. But the thing is, even if like Man City drop points, it's like, are Man United going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season? Like, I can't see it.
Nah. They would never ever. Yeah, exactly. They were never ever the completed finished. And the only way they would have won it is if Man City and Liverpool have been bad, but a Man City or a Liverpool were shocking, and everyone else around them was shocking because they were going to drop points. They were never going to be like Man City are consistent. You know what I mean? Oil money can work wonders. Oh, is it? Is that how it is now, Bobs? Is that how it is? Yeah. And what's your response to that? You must get so used to that. You'd have been a millionaire by now if you'd have heard that.
People are just hating, isn't it? The thing that I don't like about the term oil money is it's used because of where our manager was from. And if they were black, we'd be getting similar comments. So that's why I don't like it. Like, you expect it from racist people, but, when it's like black people, it's like, come on now. If City's owners were black, we'd be getting the same bitchy comments. So, allow it.
Yeah. Bob just called it right here. He says, and we remember this. Remember, we're going to clip this. Chelsea will not finish above us. Well, Bob, we shouldn't do, because you was telling everyone, especially on the terrace and everywhere else, along with Mr. Alfie, the gas merchant, and Cam and everyone else, that you're going to win it 21. If we beat Liverpool in January, we are going to run away with it. Man City are dead. Now look at yours, mate. Now look at yours. So we move on anyway. Chelsea are going to win this for me 2-0. That's what I'm going for. I don't think we'll concede as well. We move on. And a bit of a more lower at the end of the game. Burnley versus West Brom. Battle of the bottom, as they say. Mr. Big Sam against Big Sean Dyche, which is going to be one hell of a loudmouth side, isn't it? Them screaming. So you look at West Brom, you look at Burnley. West Brom on 13 points, 24 games. Burnley, 23 games. Obviously got a game in hand on 26 points. Lambs, do you think Burnley could be in trouble in terms of getting relegated? I mean, there's a distance between them and Fulham, to be fair, but do you think that they're all right, or do you think there's a chance they could get relegated?
I think they're all right enough. They're not doing spectacularly, of course, obviously, but they're solid enough and consistent enough that they probably are going to be okay, to be honest. West Brom are probably buzzing off of that draw against Manchester United, but really and truly, I think in a way, they were almost kind of lucky to not lose that game. I just think United just didn't really like turn up. Obviously, that was a wonderful goal by Bruno Fernandes, but apart from that, they didn't really do much else during the game as well to legitimately make a difference and capitalize. So at the end of the day, that we're at this point now where a point or a draw is not going to save West Brom. They need to be picking up 3 points consistently. They need to be going on a run of games to be picking up 3 points. And I don't think it's going to make a difference. I think at best they can probably try and get a draw against Burnley. I don't think this is going to be quite a high scoring game for West Brom or even for Burnley as well. I see Burnley nicking this like 1-0. I think they'll do just about enough.
Yeah, I hear you. Big up to Monsters in the chat. He says, Yannicka, Lamsey and Jem, hello. Big up to you, my bros. I did send you a link. You're always welcome here, like I said. Bits and Bobs has also said, you know, we're bros and Yan and Lambs are his girls. It's all just banter. It is indeed. So people in the chat, he is joking. But then he goes and says this and it just completely ends it. Why would you say this?
So everybody remember that he said this, right? So come the end of the season, we will bring this conversation up.
We'll be on his neck. Do you know
There's
what?
nearly
Yeah,
35.
2021 in 2121. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Long time to go.
Treble. Anyway, there's nearly 35 of yous here, which is great, as always. Please smash the like button. We need to try and get to 30 likes as quickly as possible. Then we move on to 40. I want to try and get to 50 by the end of this show, please, people. Please show the support. Lambs, I mean, Yan. Yan, what are we saying about this game?
I think Burnley, they've looked good recently. I think the last game they won something like 3-0. So, yeah, I'd expect Burnley to win. I don't know. I know West Brom's home form is bad. I don't know if their away form is better, but they're still not managing to pick up wins, like Lamb says. So, yeah, I think Burnley will win it. Probably 2-1. I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Fair enough. To be honest, I'll keep it short and sweet. I think Burnley will win 2-0. I see it being quite comfortable. I think they're more organised outfit. They're good at home as well. They're strong at home, Burnley. And I think West Brom and Sheffield United are definitely going for me in terms of relegation. I think Fulham may, even with a game in hand, maybe because Newcastle have been so poor, haven't they, as well? So, like, there's a good chance they might be able to catch Newcastle. I think Burnley and Brighton will be okay, if you want my honest opinion. But we will see. And we move on to the Merseyside derby, Liverpool versus Everton. So, Liverpool at home, obviously, beat Leipzig last night. Looked very good. Man like Kabak, the Turkish warrior, my brother. He's improved there. He was a shambles in the first game against City. Like, I don't know what he was doing there. Like, he completely mixed it up with Allison. It was actually quite funny. I found it quite funny, to be honest. And then obviously he put on a good performance yesterday. Liverpool are sitting in 6th at the moment, which is beautiful to see. They're on 40 points. Everton are behind them, breathing down the neck. But look, Everton have got 3 games in hand. So if they beat Liverpool, they'll be on the same level of points with 2 games in hand still, which is mental.
They're as well, though. So after tonight, then they'll have 2 more, I think.
Are they playing tonight? Are they?
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
They play City. So if they beat us, they go on the same points as Liverpool.
Oh, they ain't beating you.
They're not going.
They're not beating you.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say if Dominic Calvert-Lewin was there, then maybe, but I just think Liverpool's attack is just too much for Everton. Yeah, I think Everton have some key choice players where if they don't turn up, they go missing, or 1 or 2 of them gets removed from the squad, or they're no longer in the squad, then the system that Ancelotti is starting to build is going to fall apart because they don't have that squad depth. They are starting to build something. You can see what they're doing, and fair play to them. They have been doing quite well this season. Got to give them credit where it's due. Yeah. But I just think this Liverpool team has too much for them still, especially given the run of results that they've had recently as well. They're really going to want to come back in and prove a point. Like, okay, maybe we've lost the title, but top 4 still in contention. We're going to do that with tenders. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-1.
2-1. 2-1. Gundogan's out today, which I didn't know. Jan, that's not going to be good for you guys, is
got
it?
a groin injury. Well, he's all right. He's just gonna rest for today.
Yeah, I get you. A lot of people saying 2-1s, 2-alls. Liverpool 2-2, 2-1 to Everton. I'm like, yeah, Lambs. I think there's a problem with out Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Jan, what are you saying about this game?
I know Calvert-Lewin's out for tonight, but I don't know if he's out for that game as well. I'm not too sure. So he might be back. But Everton just don't beat Liverpool. I think it's one of them where they struggle. You know, with the Manchester derby, you never really know. With the North London derby, you don't always know. But I think with Everton, Liverpool, they very rarely beat Liverpool. Is it at Anfield? I'm assuming it's not.
Yeah, it's at Anfield.
Yeah, I can't see them winning at Anfield, to be honest. And I can't see Liverpool losing another game at Anfield. I think, unfortunately, because I would prefer Everton to win the game, I do think Liverpool will win it. I don't know, maybe 3-2. I think they'll both score. But I can see Liverpool winning that. Everton are more likely to fight against Man City than they are against Liverpool.
Yeah, I hear you. There's still 35 of you here. Please smash the like button. Let's get to 40 likes. People apparently we're at 30 already, so that's good. Let's get to 40. I think it's going to be a draw. I think Everton will set up to be hard to break down. I know they ain't got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, so I think they will set up to try and get a draw. I don't think they'll go for the win. I think their style of football that Ancelotti will play will be sort of a countering football. I think they'll look to be hard to break down. And then maybe they'll try and hit on a counter with whoever's being played up front. He might play a Richarlison up front. I don't see a Cenk Tosun coming on or something like that. So it would probably be a Richarlison, I think, with Rodriguez and whatever playing behind. But I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be 1-1. I know the viewers are saying, what are they saying here? What we got? We got 3-1 Liverpool, Salah. 2 goals in the I mean, Salah, if they didn't have Salah, I mean, the last couple of games, all I've ever seen is Salah score. Salah. It's like Salah every blimmin' time. It's just on the blimmin' score sheet, which is good for them, don't get me wrong. But it just shows how important he really is. Ads is in the house as well. He's just come out of hospital due to his liver levels. I hope you're well, bro. Sorry to hear that. I'll give you a call a bit later on today. Make sure you're all right, my man. But yeah, there's so many comments at the moment. I'm flying through them. There's so many. Every time I go down, there's more, and then there's more, and there's more. It's hard to keep up with them, isn't it? But it is what it is. We move on from that game, and we move on to Fulham versus Sheffield United. Again, battle of the bottom. Fulham are at home. I think Fulham are a very good team, to be honest. They shouldn't really be down there in my eyes. They're on 18 points, 23 games. They've got a game in hand. Sheffield United are on 24 games, 11 points. Which way do you see this going, Lambs?
Another battle of the bottom. Because if I see this relegation battle going any other way, like currently I do still see Fulham going down. I do think Newcastle's squad's just a little bit better. I think they do have individually better players, and if they are fit, I think that'll probably save them in the end. Yeah, I do understand what you mean, as in Fulham kind of, it's weird because in a way they kind of don't deserve to be in relegation and they kind of do. It's really weird because I feel like they're better than Championship level, but they're not good enough. They're not quite good enough to be Premier League level. So they should be somewhere in the middle, but obviously there is no middle. Like there's just Championship and then the jump to Premier League. So if they survive, they obviously need to make some serious additions to their squad if they want to stay up, because I don't think they spent enough money in order to survive. They've made a few sign-ins. I do like Cavallero, but I feel like he misses too many chances. They don't create enough chances as well, which is their issue as well. But they can play good football, and we saw the way they played against us. If it wasn't for the red card, I think that game would have ended differently. But I see this being another really boring, stale kind of game. So I see it kind of possibly ending in a draw. I'm gonna go for a 0-0 draw, to be honest, because I'm looking at two teams who both struggle to score.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. What are you saying, yeah?
Yeah, I think Fulham are better than Sheffield United slightly. So I think it could be like a 1-0 to Fulham. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game. Sorry, but yeah, I think 1-0. Just because Fulham are at home and they're a little bit better. They did just beat Everton 2-0. So yeah, I think 1-0 Fulham.
I hear you. I think personally, Fulham will win 2-0 quite comfortably. I think they're a better team than Sheffield United. Sheffield United, for me, are dead. They're done. They're one-hit wonder of a season, which they played very well, which was last season. Even if they win, it's not really going to do much. It might push them to 19th if West Brom lose. But Fulham, for me, are just a better team. I actually think Fulham are better than Newcastle. I'm even going to say it. I think Fulham are a better team than Newcastle. And that's why I think Newcastle could be in big trouble if they don't sort themselves out sooner rather than later. I think Fulham will win 2-0, and we move on from that one. Who we got next? Oh, London Derby. We've got a London Derby. Oh, we've got some really good games still to go through. Blimey now. All right, so West Ham versus Tottenham. Obviously, West Ham are flying high next to Chelsea as well. 42 points. Could be 1 point behind Leicester and Man United. Can you imagine if Chelsea and West Ham win and Leicester and Man United lose, and then we kind of like switch, like the London teams go there and then they go down? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? West Ham are at home. Tottenham, where are Tottenham? Oh, they're going. Oh my God. Oh, there they are. Lost the last 4 games, 1-1. They've got a game in hand. They're on 36 points. Oh, it's a nightmare. Josie's having an absolute nightmare, isn't he, Lambs? What are you saying?
He is, and I absolutely love to see Tottenham in the mud like this. However, I don't think they're going to lose this game. I think now that they've got some of their players coming back, Harry Kane's back into the squad. I think they win this game. I think with City just had too much for them. They're just way too good, and Harry Kane's still not fully fit. They're still kind of like readjusting. I think they had just about enough to get that win against West Brom, because it's West Brom who are going to get relegated anyway.
Yeah.
We now have this West Ham team who've got off to a flying start. Some great results, great recruitment as well in the team as well. Have really surprised me. I'm really impressed by West Ham. But as of late, their form is a bit up and down. So I'm not really kind of too sure what West Ham you might get. Still don't underestimate them as well. I just think Tottenham might just edge this. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1. Yeah, it's going to be a tight game, definitely, for sure. Yeah, and what are you saying about this one?
Yeah, it's interesting because in the return fixture, in the other fixture, Tottenham were 3-0 up and ended up 3-3. So I don't think West Ham are going to go in fearing them too much. But yeah, I think Tottenham are better than West Ham in terms of their individual brilliance, like they say for Man United. Son and Kane. Yeah, I think Tottenham will edge it, but only slightly. So yeah, I agree. I think 2-1 Tottenham.
Fair enough. The viewers are saying 4-1. I'm seeing Lingardinho hat tricks and God knows what's going on here. 3-1 West Ham. I've seen 1-0 from Tottenham from Chelsea fan. There's a lot more in favour of West Ham at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot more in favour of West Ham, and rightly so. Look, last season they were nearly relegated. Do you know what I mean? They were down there, and everyone was saying this season, we can't see it. David Moyes, he's not going to do nothing. They're gonna, they haven't got, for me, they always had decent players. They brought Ben Rama in, who I actually rate quite highly as well. Should be playing more. And Lingardinho as well, who came in, and he's got a bit of a point to prove as well. So I think West Ham are going to beat Spurs. I really do. I think West Ham are on form. I hope they do as well. I just want to see Spurs capitulate. I want to see that fraud team. Keep being frauds. I want to see Eric Dyer just doing stupid things like Harry Winks, Ben Davis. I honestly want them to just capitulate so badly. It's going to be funny so that I can just laugh at Alex on the terrace and get him so rattled. But I'm going to go with a 3. I'm going to go with a 3-1. I'm going to go with a 3-1. I'm going to go with a 3-1 West Ham. You know, I think Lingard's going to get one. So Souček's going to get one. I think if Ben Rama's playing, he might score one. Antonio, I don't know if Antonio's fit. If he's on, he will definitely get one. And yeah, we want to see expressions, because for expressions, you know, he's where is that? Yeah, expressions run is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. That's one thing that does make me laugh, is when expressions just
When Terry reacts to them as well, oh my god.
yeah. It's the best thing in the world. And on top of that, if they lose, they drop down. Well, Arsenal can go above them. Only Arsenal can go above them, but it pushes them sort of mid-table. I'd love to see Tottenham and Arsenal drop down to like 12th, 13th.
They can have their rivalry at the bottom where they belong.
Yeah.
Both.
Well, they always argue with each other. Who's better? We're better. You're better. Better. Do you know what I mean? So it's like if they're together, we can just leave them down there. We're the biggest team in London, as always. Like we keep saying, it has been the case for a very long time. So you know, it is what it is. We move on, but.
Even West Ham are bigger than them at the moment.
Even West Ham on this season, based on this season, are bigger than them at the moment. Chelsea and West Ham are on the same points, so that's saying a lot. But big game, Aston Villa v Leicester. That's going to be an interesting one. They're at home, Aston Villa. Leicester are on form. I mean, say form. They've won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. 46 points, 24 games against an Aston Villa team who have lost 2, won 2, drawn 1. 22 games played. 36 points. Lambs, is this a tricky one?
Oh, 100%. Obviously, my ideal result here would be a draw because, you know, obviously Aston Villa have them 2 games in hand as well. Their form as well, obviously, as you can see, it's a bit hit and miss. Another team, like similarly to West Ham, got off to a great start, made some very, very decent signings as well. Great recruitment to their squad. Decent goalkeeper. Their defence has stepped up from last season as well. Mings and Konsa have been amazing for them in defence. Martinez has stepped up as well. Arsenal fans probably regretting that decision. Seeing as they're doing a lot better than them. Leicester as well, off to a great start. Brendan Rodgers got this team very well drilled, clearly competing for those Champions League places. I just don't know, because I think Leicester would edge them, but with Aston Villa, you just never know. They can just sometimes just dig in and work hard and like hold them to a draw and then have that one lucky chance. You know, they still have quality players in there, like, you know, Jack Grealish, there's Ollie Watkins in there as well, Ross Barkley. They still have those players that can make a difference. Traore as well, I forgot about him. They still have those players that can make a difference as well, that can turn up 1 or 2 moments of brilliance, and they can get that 1-0 win that will just edge it for them in the end. So I think it's going to be really, really close. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester, though.
2-1 Leicester. What are we saying, Jan? What are we saying?
This is actually a hard one. Like Lam says, it's quite hard because Leicester City, I did watch them against Wolves and they weren't great at all. Even against Liverpool, the first half they were awful. And then they kind of turned up in the second half. Got a little bit lucky with Alisson as well. But yeah, I think Leicester are a little bit better than Villa, but it's tight. I think it could even be a draw because they both won't want to lose. So I could see like a 2-2 draw or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think there'll be goals, to be honest. I think this is going to be a fun game to watch. I really do. Before we move forward, there's 30 of you here still. Please smash the like button. We're 3 away from 40 likes, people. We're nearly at the 50 mark, which we appreciate you all taking time to come in and join us right now, as always. Our afternoon Prem shows are always great. We always seem to have a lot of fun with you guys that are tuned in as well. So, yeah, please smash the like button as much as possible. I think there's going to be goals. I think it's going to be a draw. I think I agree with Jan. I think it's going to be 2-2 as well. I think Leicester will score goals, but then Aston Villa will score goals. So it's like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if what either or win the game. Don't get me wrong. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, sort of thing. So I'm just going to stay straight down the middle and say a 2-2 draw in this one. But yeah, we move on. We move on to a tasty game Sunday late afternoon.
Very
Arsenal
tasty.
banter against City. So City are flying high at the moment. They've won the last 23 games. Still got that game in hand as well. Well, actually, it finishes tonight, doesn't it, against Everton? So
Yeah.
it might be even more. There might even be more by then in terms of points, which is going to be interesting. So yeah, they're on fire. And Arsenal, well, they're 10th, struggling to stay in the top half of the table, shall we say? Look at the people breathing down behind them. Trying to catch up. So yeah, we're going to start with Jan on this one. Jan, I mean, how confident are you in this game? And is there anything that worries you about Arsenal going into this game?
Do you know what? It's more. I just think because we've won so many games, I just can't see it lasting forever, innit? And this record is there for a reason. Like, people do not win 16 games in a row in all comps. So yeah, I think it's going to be Everton. I'm a little bit more worried about just because of the way Everton play football, and also they're a bit of a bogey side for us. Arsenal of late haven't been too much of a problem for us, but they still have the quality. So they have beaten us a few times, to be fair, in the past couple of years. But De Bruyne's back and he loves the Emirates. So last time I actually was there last season, and I think it was 3-0 at half time. Like, De Bruyne just was a one-man show. Like, he was man of the match by about 20 minutes in. And he was just unreal. So he will be back for Arsenal. Aguero is also on the bench from tonight. He's been on the bench, but he's on the bench from tonight properly, I think. So, yeah, I feel like City should be winning that game. They should be winning it. If we don't win, it must be that we didn't turn up, because really and truly, we should be winning that game. But I want these games out the way. This week, out the way. If we're surviving, if we win both games this week, I'm happy, because this is why people are saying if you won the league, and I'm like, it's a little bit early, because these two games, if we don't win these two, it changes everything. So yeah, but I'd think we can beat Arsenal. We need to win both, really, but I'm a little bit more scared of Everton tonight, just because our history with Everton hasn't been great. So yeah, I don't know.
I've got a question for you. I mean, looking at your squad, I think you've got probably easily the strongest squad in the Premier League. I actually think in Europe as well. I think going into Champions League, you have a better chance this season. I think Foden's just on fire. Cancelo, people that probably you didn't even expect as a Man City fan to maybe with Foden, but Cancelo and others who you wouldn't have expected to have stepped up so much. Obviously, Ruben Diaz coming in, he's just solidified that defence even more. So going into summer,
I actually really liked Cancelo last season, and every time I bigged him up on Twitter, he wouldn't play well. And I'd be like, oh, I'm jinxing him now. So I don't mention his name. You'll never really see me mention Cancelo. I love him, but you won't see me mention him, because I was jinxing him like hell. So I was like, no, I'm going to leave it. And then he turned up.
Do you know what surprises me with City the most with it all is that they're actually doing this without an out striker as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you think they'd need like an Aguero fit, or Jesus, who doesn't? He's gone, Jesus, and he's just not the player I think personally that's gonna be there much longer leading your line. But going into summer, do you think that's the area that City need to improve most, or is there other areas that you think they need to look at?
City said that they are not going to spend any more money on their defence, so they're keeping Zinchenko. I don't know whether if an Alaba wanted to come, they would snap him up, because obviously he's played under Pep. You can't turn him down, really. So I don't know if maybe he wanted to come, Pep would take him on. I don't know. But I don't think they really want to spend too much more on our defence. Going forward, obviously, Aguero, it's obvious we've needed a replacement. City said that they didn't get a replacement because they were so focused on a centre-back that they kind of ran out of time. And they have had their eyes on someone because City have like a 5-year plan. So they'll know who they want. So yeah, striker is the first priority in the summer. Man City have said that. So I do believe they will get a striker in. Pep has mentioned that he might move Gabby to the left wing because Gabby actually used to play there. Well, he's always played on the wing for Palmeiras and Brazil. So yeah, I think he might not be our option going forward, but he will still be involved in the squad. I don't think they have any plans to sell him. So yeah, I think, you know what? I think City are they're strong all over the pitch. I'd love Haaland. I just don't see him as a Pep player as much as I want him because I think he's the only person where if Aguero left and he came in, I'd feel like we're not losing too much. Whereas if we get anyone else in, like, I don't know, I was proven wrong with Ruben Diaz. It's not that I didn't like Ruben Diaz, but I didn't know anything about him. And when we didn't get Koulibaly, I was like, we need a leader at the back. And then when I started looking into Ruben Diaz, everyone was saying how much of a good leader he was. So I was like, okay, that's fine. We've got a leader who's young and he's just come in and he's been brilliant. So I trust Pep. I do trust Man City. I know we've got some signings that are a little bit, didn't really work, but most of the signings that Pep's brought in have been decent. So I think I would trust Pep to get the right person, even if he doesn't get Haaland. I would trust him to get the right.
Yeah, well, there's talks about Martinez as well from Inter Milan. You know, I think Mbappe would be. I think anyone would have him, wouldn't they? Let's be serious. I think
he would have come to City, but someone was telling me last night that he's refusing to sign a contract at PSG. So who knows? I can't see him at City personally, but
then the thing is, right? The thing is with that is with Mbappe, there's only limited teams that can afford him if he leaves anyway. And for me, Man City's one of them. So it would be Man City, maybe even Chelsea to a degree, but I don't think even we would do that. Real Madrid, they've got the money to do it. And maybe even a Liverpool if they got rid of Salah or Mane because they have a bit of money to put forward towards him. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Lambs, what are you saying about this one?
Yeah, I mean, I've been patiently listening and I've been watching what people are saying in the chat, and I don't see how Arsenal win this unless I don't know, literally unless injuries are happening, penalties are given away, red cards are flying around, all for City's squad, and I just don't see that happening. That's more likely to happen to Arsenal's squad because they're just so rash with their challenges, lack of communication in the back. I mean, how many times have we seen David Luiz make these blunders? You know, and I'm pretty sure he will be playing in that back three alongside Gabriel, possibly Tierney if he's back. But even so, even if Arsenal do play Tierney, he's been out injured, isn't he? So he's not going to be that Tierney that he was before he got injured. He's still going to need some time to adjust and get himself fully fit again. Yeah, Saka's been immense. Yes, Aubameyang started scoring goals, and I know he had a personal issue and stuff before, which is probably affecting him and the team. Odegaard looks okay. Ceballos had a good game last game, but I still don't think he plays consistently enough minutes. I'm not even really too sure Arsenal kind of know what their consistent starting 11 is, because I think Arteta's just been plagued with injuries, trying to move the dead weight out of the club, not being backed with the signings that he obviously needs for this team. Yeah, there's just no way. And what, De Bruyne is back now, Aguero's back. There's no way.
Yeah.
I really see a hammering. I mean, like you said, just like you guys said, I mean, De Bruyne single-handedly just absolutely tore this Arsenal team aside, to shreds. Can you imagine now? I'm going to go for a 4-1. Let's give Arsenal like one goal. One goal, that'll give them some hope.
You know what? That was the exact score the last time we played Arsenal at the Emirates, because we played them in the FA Cup. Was it the FA Cup? No, the Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup, yeah, with absolute collapse.
And I don't
well, you got 9-0.
First team, like the full first team, because obviously it's Carabao Cup, so I think he dropped a few players out, and it was still 4-1. So
yes, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just going to be too much.
You've got 9-0s in the chat. You've got blooming 4-0s. You've got 6-0s. You've got it's getting. I think Man City will win. I don't think they will destroy Arsenal. Though. I don't think it will be like a 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. What people are saying in chat. I think it will be more of a tighter game. I think once the Man City get the first goal, then I can imagine 2-3. But I still think Arsenal might score. You know, I've got a feeling they might just nick one.
4-1.
Aubameyang likes the goal against City, to be honest. He does. And now he's on form. He will like it.
Exactly. Mohamed, 12-0 is ridiculous.
Just 4-0 up, they'll start. They won't go for like 9-0. We won't do that. If we went 4-0 up, they'd take their foot off the gas and relax. City don't do that. Like, even though we have won in the past by big score lines, I don't think Pep likes disrespecting the big side, so I don't think he would go. I've seen City go 6-0 up and then start playing football. Like,
yeah, and then kind of they'll maybe concede one or two goals in the end because, like, literally, like Jan said, they know the game's won, so they've taken their foot off the gas a little bit.
I'm going to say 3. I want to say 3-1. I sold it to Slens. He said 6-0, and now he's saying 6-1. He reckons 2-1 goal, but Hassan's saying 2-1 shock win to Arsenal. I don't know. I'm going to go 3-1.
To be fair, Arsenal actually did well against Man United. So if that Arsenal turns up, the one that turned up against Man United, you never know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I hope not, though.
Moving on to Manchester United. They're playing Newcastle. This has got to be a win, isn't it, Lambs? I mean, Man United, 46 points, 24 games. Newcastle, well, you know, they need a win massively. 24 games, 25 points. They're slipping down quite nicely. I can't see anything less, can you, than a United win?
I don't know. You're
hoping in your voice. I can hear it. You're like, I don't know.
I mean, the record speaks for themselves. They've not really been doing too well against the teams at the bottom. They lost to Sheffield. The result against West Brom. They've struggled against some of the mid-table to lower teams, actually. It's not been plain sailing for them. So I don't think this is going to be as straightforward as United fans think it is going to be. And let's also take into account that their home form this season has been absolutely shocking. And let's also add to the fact that United have not beaten a top six team side. They haven't gotten 3 points against them at all this season as well. So United is actually really, really hit and miss. So they really should be sweating. They really, really should be sweating. Newcastle are at that point now where we saw how close they are to Fulham to the relegation. So they need to start winning. They need to start picking up points. And do you remember how I was a bit apprehensive when we were previewing our game against Southampton, where I said I think we are going to win. We should win, but a team that's been so out of form lately are quite dangerous to play against because they're at that point where they're quite desperate for points. I think Newcastle are in that position as well. I do think United do have too much for them in their squad. I do think they might edge it, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as everyone thinks it is, especially now there's a lot of pressure on them. Like Leicester are catching up. They're on the same points as them. We're catching up to them. Liverpool have a point to prove as well. Like there's teams breathing down Manchester United's neck, and we know they don't do so well under pressure. We know Ollie doesn't do well under pressure. So I think United are going to win. I think it's going to be quite close though. I don't think it's going to be easy. So I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Fair enough. They do have no striker, real Chris. You're right. Callum Wilson is out of that game apparently, so that that's their goals gone in my eyes. But and what are you saying about your fellow Manchester team?
Yeah, I think Man United are going to be too good for them, unfortunately. I'd love to see a Newcastle 5-0, but it's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I think Man United will win 2-0. I think with Newcastle having the injuries that they've got, I just can't see where they're going to get the goal from. So yeah, I think 2-0. I don't think, like Lam says, I don't think they'll run away with it the way people think. But yeah, 1-0. Sorry, 2-0. But if there's like a red card or a penalty or something, it could be more than that, to be fair. It could be 3-0, 4-0 if they get some sort of decision. But yeah, I think Man United will win that.
Yeah, I hear you. I saw the way Newcastle played against us, and let's be serious, they made us look really. I mean, we played well, but we didn't have to do too much, did we? Really, let's be serious. I think United, I've got too much for them. I think United will probably slap them. I think it could be either 2/3-0. Ads is in the house as well. He's backing his team to win 2-0 against Newcastle, as you would. 4-0 here as well. I think it'll be a 2 or 3-0. I think you'll see Bruno score, Cavani, and Greenwood if he's playing. They'll beat them. They're just not good enough, Newcastle, to contain these kind of teams. You know. Big up to DJ Savjay, who says hello, Lambs, Jemian, everyone in the chat. United to win 2-0. Big up to you, mate, man. Hey,
Lots of 2-0s.
Lots of 2-0s, yeah. It's a flat 2-0 because you can't see Newcastle scoring. That's the thing. Let's be serious. I genuinely can't see them getting a goal. And unfortunately, as much as I want them to draw/lose, I just don't see where and how. Or I don't even have any like that little bit of hope that they might, get something just to like make us feel a bit better. But yeah, we'll see. You never know. Might get a 0-0 draw. Maybe Man United be crap in front of goal, and it might be all their own doing. So you never. No, we've only got one more game left, and it's Brighton v Palace. Mid-table battle. Brighton at home.
They hate each other.
Oh yeah, sorry, Derby. Yeah. So, they're next to each other as well. Look at that. So both on the same level of games. 29 points, Palace. 26, Brighton. Brighton at home. I mean, Lambs. What are you saying?
Oh yeah. See, again, you just don't know what Palace is going to turn up. Again, I like Brighton. Always liked Brighton. They picked up a bit of form recently, as we can see as well. I think those wins against Liverpool, Spurs, really helped their confidence as well. Again, I just think Brighton needs to be a bit more clinical in finishing their chances because they create a lot of chances, but they don't put them away. I mean, let's look at that FA Cup tie with Leicester. They really, really held them. They held them for like the entire game, and then the last minute, because Leicester took their chances, and it was just a little bit of quality, which is the difference. And I think if Brighton can work on being more clinical, then they will get better. They will start picking up points. I think they're going to be okay. I don't think they're going to get relegated this year. I think that's fine. Yeah, I fancy Brighton for this one. I'm going to go, it's going to be close, not going to be many goals because they don't score many anyway. So I'm going to go 1-0 Brighton. I think Trossard with a goal.
Fair enough. Jan?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's not a derby as in a derby, but it's like they hate each other. It's kind of like United Liverpool. They like hate each other for some reason. I didn't realise till I moved down here. How much they hate.
Brighton's like 40 minutes from London anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that far from them. But I think because it's normally I would say Brighton all day. But I'm thinking because it's a derby, Palace are not going to want to lose that game. And their form is very inconsistent. So I don't know. I think it could be a draw simply because they both won't want to lose that game. Obviously, Brighton can't really afford to be losing games just because of based on where they are. And I think Palace, again, they're going to want to go back up the table a little bit more. So, yeah, I think a 2-2 draw. I think there will be goals because both teams will try and win, but then I think they'll settle for a draw in the end. So I actually think 2-2.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to go with a Brighton win. I think Palace a bit. I don't really rate Palace, to be fair. I mean, they're ability FC. Without Zaha, they're not really. I mean, Eze is good. Don't get me wrong; he is a good player. I like Eze a lot, but you're relying on an individual that's still young, still learning the game, still, picking up things. Benteke and Batshuayi are just shocking. Hence why we got rid of them. Ayew is as bad. I think Ayew's best out of the bad bunch, to be fair. Other than that, you look at their defending as well. It's not very. I mean, they've got Koyate playing centre back. The guy was a central midfielder before. Now he's playing centre back. Like,
Moving
what
like
are you doing?
Liverpool, mate. Moving like Liverpool, playing their midfielders in the back.
Exactly. So I'm going to go with a Brighton win. I think it's going to be a 1 or 2-0 Brighton win. I could see them maybe. I don't know if they can overtake them actually on goal. I don't think they can they? No. So they'll be on level points with Palace, I think, going into after this game. But before we obviously tie things up, I want to do something a little bit interesting that includes the viewers as well that are still here. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe if you're still new here. I want you to quickly tell me, right, including the viewers, who we think or believe will finish in the top 4. I'm going to start with Lambs. I want your predicted top 4. We're going to do one now, and then we're going to do one probably in another 5 or 10 games when we do another Prem show, just when we're closer to the end. But looking at it at the moment, I want it in order as well, people. I don't want you to just say no order. I want an order from 1 to 4. Who you think is going to make the top 4 by the end of the season? Go on, Lambs, fire away.
Okay. I really, really hope these words don't come back to bite me in 5 or 10 games. But in first place, the title belongs to City. I think that's clear to see. Second place, I think it's going to be us. Third place, I think it's going to be Leicester. And fourth place, I think it's going to be Manchester United.
Okay.
At the
Man
moment,
City, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United. Yeah, that's your 4.
I might change United to Liverpool depending on their form. Like if Liverpool start picking up form, maybe they'll get back into the top 4. But at the moment, United are there, and I think we edge Leicester. But Leicester is still there.
Ooh, Leicester are making it this time. Yeah, so no bottling Brendan Rodgers this time. Yeah, you think he's gonna do it. Chelsea. I was just. Polar Bear said, yeah, Chelsea don't care. Don't care. Slen's Talk says City, Chelsea, United, Leicester in that order. So, okay, plus Arsenal and Spurs are going to finish 8th or 9th. Well, yeah, you can mention Arsenal and Spurs if you want also, people. We have Man City, Man United, Leicester, Liverpool from Chelsea fan. Why? Are you a Chelsea fan? Are you sure?
Doesn't look that way.
City, United, Chelsea, Leicester, and then we've got City. I mean, City are running away with this. City, Man City, City, Man United, Chelsea, Leicester. Lambs, we can't talk anymore, is what Ad says to you. City, Chelsea, United, Leicester. Ad says City, United, Leicester, Chelsea. So how it is at the moment. So Marlon says Man City, Leicester. I mean, Jan must be loving it. She's just sitting there like all these Man Cities, win. She don't even care who's below her. Liverpool, City, United, Leicester. Who else have we got? There's so many. Let's fly through these. City, Leicester, United, Chelsea. Mustafa says United winning the league. 2, don't care. 3, don't care. 4. Okay, so that's a United fan still guessing 21, Jans.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise us. Sam just says Arsenal 8th. That's all he cares about. Arsenal finishing 8th. City, Leicester, Chelsea, Tottenham is what Quick Guna you say. Okay, and you do know that Quick Guna that Tottenham are pretty much next to you. So what does that say for you lot? Jan smiles every time someone says City first. For fuck's sake, it is what Sled's Talk says as well. Jan,
must be nice.
Do you know what? Like anything can happen with this table because it's so close. Normally, you've kind of got an idea of who is settled in top 4. I actually think the only people that you can say are definitely going to finish in the top 4 right now is City, like, because any of the others could go anyway. I do think, unfortunately, that Man United will finish in the top 4. Chelsea will. I thought maybe before, but now I'm definitely think you will. I actually think Liverpool, they have to get top 4, and I think.
I forgot about Liverpool this whole time. Everyone's just been saying Leicester, mate.
Yeah, I really think Liverpool have to get top 4, and you know it depends how it goes in Europe, because it looks like they might be going through against Leipzig, so they will have Champions League to kind of focus on a little bit. But if they happen to go out in the Champions League, they will only have the Prem to focus on. So I think Liverpool will get top 4. I'm just not too sure who drops out, because I think Leicester bottled it last year, like I said, so they're not going to want to make the same mistake twice. So I actually think it'll be City first, hopefully. I agree with you. It could be Chelsea in second, to be honest. I think Man United will get third. And I actually think Liverpool will get into the top 4. So I think it'll be City, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool. But yeah, that could be in any order though, like we saw last season. I don't think it's guaranteed to be in that specific order, but we'll have to see how people's form goes, like you say.
Yeah, I hear you, Mustafa. You lot are saying 21, bruv. Yeah, you're saying you said the same about Lampard. Don't get overconfident. Yeah, what did we say? I'm assuming he's talking about someone in the chat.
10 points, Mustafa. 10.
Do you remember when Chelsea fans got gassed? They went in the mud. Yeah, and look where we are now, people. Yeah, I mean, we're back up there. We're responding.
Above you.
Before I give you my predictions, Lens has a question for the panel. If City win the league, will they be a bigger club than Chelsea? They'll have more Premier Leagues, will they? I thought they'd be on the same.
I think we're on the same now.
Actually, no, they wouldn't be a bigger club than us until they win their Champions League. Yeah.
You know what? I hate this whole bigger club thing, because it's just an irrelevant question. Like, if I wanted to support the biggest club in the country, my mum is a Liverpool fan. I could have easily just picked Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, it's not about that. Like, I picked Man City, who I think were in the Championship at the time, or maybe even lower, over Liverpool, who were competing with Man United for titles and stuff. Like, I don't care about bigger clubs. I think if City win the Champions League, they obviously, that elevates them a little bit. So
this is what I thought. Winter Surf saying they'll be on equal on 5. I thought the same as well.
No,
I thought they were 1 behind us.
We've got 6.
Yeah, they have
6.
Yeah, Guerrero's got 4.
Yeah,
and then we had
you've won it 6 times.
Yeah, and Chelsea have got 6 as well.
Yep. So if they win this, they'll have
That's
one
how bad we are.
they'll have one more than us, yeah.
Yeah, because I think you've won 5 and we've won 4, like in that period since the thing.
Do you remember there was a point when City started winning their leagues, like we started dropping off. So we'd win 1, then they'd win like 2 in a row, and then we'd win like 1, and then they'd go like 2 more in a row.
Yeah.
Big up Rams. Rams says Chelsea never won a treble. City have, Liverpool have, and United have. Yeah, that's a point.
You're in 6th place. You're in 6th place.
That is a point, but they haven't won a Champions League, and that's meant to be the biggest trophy in what we play in terms of club football. That's the only thing I'd say. But other than that, Man City are a big thing. Is it 5 or 6? I'm back.
I'm sure you've got 6 because we're not above you.
I think we've
got I know
6.
you're not above us. I think we got 6 and you got 5. I think
we definitely have 6, definitely, because we had 2 and Aguero's got 4. So we definitely have 6. 1 minute, let me see, because I'm sure.
Anyway,
we've won 5. Man City have won 4. Manchester United have won 13. Arsenal have won 3. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not that's the Premier League, but the actual league titles.
Oh yeah.
Right. I'm talking about Premier League.
Premier League. Yeah. So Premier League, if we win, we go on 5 with them. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah, I'm probably talking league titles altogether.
You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I hear.
I'm still okay. I'm still not mad at the fact that you guys, even if you did overtake us, I'm still not mad at it. I'm still not mad.
Yeah. It's not
Um, my top four predictions. I need to warm up for this. There we go.
Oh, wait, Jan, you
Um,
have yours.
I should.
yeah,
She
yeah.
did, didn't you?
The thing I
Yeah, she
said,
did.
City,
City,
Chelsea,
Chelsea,
United, Liverpool, I think.
United, Liverpool. I'm gonna say City, City, City. Chelsea. Leicester. And then City, Chelsea, Leicester, and then I'm gonna say I've got a feeling the reason my head's a bit everywhere is because I feel like Liverpool might come back a bit now. But I actually have a feeling I've got a slight incline in my head that I feel like Man United are starting to blip a bit. They've dropped a lot of points recently. I'm starting to think like they're going to slowly drop away into the deep end. So I think fourth could be between City, not City, Man United and Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
I'm stuck between the two. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think Leicester will get third.
It's
Chelsea will
funny
get second.
because ads at the start of the season, when Liverpool were top, was saying that Liverpool would not get in the top four. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? But he was actually like, could be right. Do you know what I mean? Me personally, I'd prefer, obviously, Man United to finish as low as possible. That's what I prefer. But Liverpool being out of the Champions League is also a good thing because they're really strong in Europe. So them being out of, whereas Man United aren't as strong as Liverpool in Europe. So I think if we were going for the Champions League, because I don't think we're winning it this year, but if we are going for the Champions League next year, obviously we'll have a new striker in, whoever that'll be.
Yeah.
And then we should have the same squad that we've got now. Diaz will be a year in, so he's going to be more experienced. So maybe next year, if we go for it, who would I rather have in there, Man United or Liverpool? I'd probably say Man United because I can't see them getting to the final or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't,
What do you think
I don't
about
know.
this, Jan? Do you think City can win a quadruple? I mean, if they did, that would be... And that's... You know what? If City won the quadruple, this is the truth when you think about it, they would probably be... That would be the best team ever, in my... Because no one's ever won. People like... Man United won the treble. Don't get me wrong. Man United treble. But the only way you beat that is by winning the quadruple.
Yeah.
And no one's ever done that. Like you would be the first club in history to have ever done that. And if City done that, for me, they would be the best. That would be the best. They would be the best by far. Like if they done that, if they done all this.
That would be crazy. I can't see it because City in the Champions League love to overthink it. And I think the mentality has to be right to win the Champions League. And this is why Liverpool have won it before this City side. And I don't think Liverpool were better than City that year. Clearly they weren't. Obviously they did well in the league, but I don't think Liverpool were necessarily better than City. Tottenham definitely weren't better than City, and they knocked us out.
Who have you guys in the CL?
Oh, we've got Mönchengladbach, who are not easy, but
no, you'll beat them. You'll beat them. You'll beat them. You're better than them. What are your views on this, Jan, as well? Obviously, like it seems a bit. I think there is a mentality issue with your players at the moment with the Champions League. Do you think? I know you said you don't think you can win it this year, but do you expect you to win it in, say, the next 3 to 5 years at least? Do you expect to win it eventually or not?
Yeah, I think it's coming, but it has to be. I don't know whether it's going to take getting someone like a Messi in who's been there, done that, to sort of say to the team, look, we can do it. I don't know. Because I know when Robinho joined City, Robinho changed the mentality. Because he was saying that, like, he was going into the dressing room and they were like, oh, I don't think we're going to win this game. And he's like, what are you talking about? We can win this game. So, because I think we were playing Arsenal, and Arsenal used to always beat Man City. and he like was basically saying to the players, "We can beat Arsenal." And I think he went and like chipped the goalkeeper, and we won. And it's kind of changed things. So I think we need to get someone in. Like Pep can do it. Pep's been there, done that. But even he hasn't been to a final for a little while. So yeah, I don't know what it's going to take. But I think once that mentality changes and City win it, I think we'll win it more than once. I can't see us just winning it one time and then that's it. I think we'll win it.
I think.
But
I think Chelsea will win it again. I don't think it'll be soon, but I think we will win it eventually again. We've won it once. I think we will once again win it. I think Man City will definitely win one as well. So then Talk says, Jan, would you rather win the Premier League, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup, or only the UEFA Champions League and bottle everything else? Like if you had the choice.
See, I love the league, man. I love winning the league. I do love winning the league. We just need the Champions League. We do need it. But that being said, I think I've always said City need to dominate in England before they go and win the Champions League. There's no point in us winning the Champions League on a one-off and then not win the Prem for another 10 years. Like, to me, would I rather take the Prem every other year than win the Champions League once? 100%. Because then we can build up our dominance in England. Once we're dominant in England, the Champions League will come. When teams start fearing us, you know, like we want to go to places like Barcelona and then be scared to draw City. We don't want it to be like, oh, City. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I would probably take 3 trophies over 1, if I'm being honest. But we do need the Champions League.
I'm so glad you said that, because this is why I don't get these other teams, especially like Arsenal and Spurs fans, when they're always trying to push to try and qualify for the Champions League. Because why do you want to be in a competition which you know that you are one of the weakest teams in there? Like every other team in there is better than you. Why do you want to be in this competition when you know you're going to be getting slapped 5-0, 10-2 on aggregate? 8 goals, 7 goals in a game, like Arsenal and Spurs did on the back of Bayern Munich and Barcelona, etc. It's just like, for me personally, if I was performing at their level, I don't want to qualify for Champions League. I want to qualify for Europa League, because, like you said, you need to build up to that dominance. Like you said, start winning domestic trophies, FA Cups, Premier League titles. If you can't be competing or even challenging for a Premier League title, why are you thinking about being in the Champions League? Doesn't make sense to me.
Ram says Bayern's mentality is different to City. They've won it 2001 and 2013. They have players within their teams that know how to win the Champions League, and that's true. But what you've got to bear in mind is that Man City have players that have won things. It's not like it's a squad of players that, like Spurs, that when they got into the Champions League final, they hadn't ever won anything, so they don't know what it tastes like to win. You've got players that have won. So for me, that's not really an excuse with Man City players. No, if they're in a final,
it's not,
then you know what I mean? They know how to deal with finals. They've been there. They've won it. They've done it.
I don't have any. Like, I'm not even using it as an excuse. I just think it's a mentality thing, because that Lyon game, we should. If we go out there and play our normal football, we don't lose that game. But it's like they almost overthink everything, and the players, like Sterling, missed an open net, like, you know, like a sitter. Just thinking, like, I know he's done that in the past, but like in the Premier League, when we've needed Sterling to turn up in the last minute of a game, he's been there, done that. Whereas when it's the Champions League, it's like they overthink it. It's just, it's mad. It's kind of like we can go and beat Real Madrid, but we can't go past Lyon. And we beat Real Madrid quite easy as well. It's just, I don't know what it is. And I think, to be honest, you tend to have to get to a final and lose before you go on and win it. So I think City just needs to get into a final this year. Whether we win it or not, I don't know. We've got Pep. We've got a team of winners. They know how to win. But it's whether the Champions League, people do tend to lose before they win. I don't think we get to our first ever final and win it. PSG, we saw last year, did that. They got through to their first ever semi. They got through to their first ever final. They didn't win it. I can see that happening to City. So who knows? It might be, like someone mentioned in the comments, it might be Atletico this year. Atletico are on fire. They've been to a final and lost. So maybe
because that means they're gonna have to beat us first.
Oh yeah.
So let's hope.
I want Chelsea to knock them out, because that's a big that's a big contender.
Oh.
Out if you knock them out.
They're for me.
God, I think-
They're the
I think
hardest.
we
They're the
have a
hardest
party.
team we could have got. They are
Yeah.
easily the hardest team we could have. Anyone could have got. Man City,
Yeah.
you know, whoever. Everyone wanted to avoid Atletico Madrid this season because let's be serious, they're on fire at the moment. They've got a good squad. Suarez has gone there. How Felix, like they can defend, they can score. They're doing. They've got Oblak in goal as well. Top quality goalie. Like it's going to be so hard for us. I'm not going to lie. It's going to. But I feel more ready for it than I did under Lampard. Like now, I'm looking at us. I'm thinking like we can try. I'm not saying we're going to win. So we can at least have a go. Do you know what I mean? But talking about that, we are doing a European show. We'll be going through all the Champions League games. We're going to be going through all the Europa League games as well. We're going to be giving our thoughts on each individual game. Talk about what we've just been talking about here, who we think is going to win it, who's going to be knocked out, who's going to get to semi-finals, who could potentially get to the final. We haven't sorted out a time yet, but we will let you know. You'll see, obviously, on our channel very soon once we've done that. But what a great show again, ladies. Thank you very, very much. The viewers have been great, as always. Slen says, I like Jan. She's a Sound City fan. Shout out. And this is true. Very, very true. And this is why we always have Jan on the GNA TV, because she talks sense. She's not biased to her own team, and why should she be? I mean, her team are doing the job at the moment, so she don't really have to say much, does she? You know, she can just like sit back and say, yeah, you know, we're doing well enough, and Lambs, we're you know, we're doing okay ourselves, aren't we, so far? So we can be kind of okay as well. So we're all in okay mood. John. Yeah, exactly. Dujon says we just hit 51 likes. I did say we'll make it to 50 at the end by the end of the show. Well done, people. We appreciate that so much. Rams is saying Europa League to Rangers. I don't even know why. But yeah, that's that. Guys, thank you, Jem, Jan, and Lambs. Less United hate next time, but great show. Listen, you've got Chelsea and City here. Like, what more would you expect? Let's be serious from us.
If United love, this is what ads is here for.
Exactly that. Guys, you know you can find me, Sophia, Lambs, and ads. We're in the description below. Our Twitter links are there. There's also the Instagram page in the description. Guys, help us get to 100. We're at 60 something at the moment. We're nearly there, but let's help us get to 100. We will be doing a giveaway very soon as well. Once we hit 1,000 subs, and I keep saying it, we are not miles away. Once we hit 1,000 subs, we are going to be doing a giveaway, which will be on the Instagram social page where the competition is, where you'll be able to apply on that. Jan, where can people find you? Because a lot of people have been very intrigued and interested with you today. So tell them.
Yeah, it's at Jan City on Twitter. I have my own YouTube channel, which is Jan City ENT. There will be shows coming to that soon because there's nothing on there. So yeah, I'll have you guys on whenever you want. But yeah, I'm trying to work out some shows for there, and then you'll usually find me on Sarcasm City. That's where I mainly am. So Sarcasm City podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to them. Subscribe to Jem's OnlyFans as well. You know, he needs to get it known. But yeah, he's also got a Twitter account, which is about Jem's OnlyFans. I don't know what the @ is, but yeah, follow them too.
Yeah, this ain't even funny.
You'll be able to find it there on Twitter, I'm sure.
Whoever made this OnlyFans account and whoever keeps saying about me and my OnlyFans, actually, I blame the ladies. It's the ladies' fault. They're the ones that started it. They did on the ladies' show. So yeah, look, I'm getting messages on Twitter now saying OnlyFans. Really, it's just literally a second ago on my phone. Twitter messages now. I haven't got an OnlyFans page. Prem is here. Janica follows Jem's OnlyFans.
I don't actually follow it, to be honest. I just asked him if he had an account because I'm
only inquiring.
Winter Surfer, leave it out. What are you doing? Stop this. Stop this crap. Stop this nonsense, people.
You know what?
We don't want to see it.
OnlyFans, have you heard the rumor? It's like a story that Mahrez's wife, you know, they split up. She's on OnlyFans apparently, and you can subscribe to her for £8 a month. So
why would he let her do that anyway? I'll be like,
because they're not together anymore. He's with
they're not together.
He's with what's it called? Dawn Ward's daughter, who was
really
dating Aguero. and now she's, I don't know.
It sounds a bit mucked up. Yeah, we stay out of that one. Guys, we've had we've had 35 to 40 of you all the way through, which is, we appreciate it. It's a midday, people are working, you know, it's a good number for us to have that amount of people all the way through. We appreciate your support as always. What is Prime saying? Every time I'm about to go, Prime saying, where is he? Prime, I'm trying to finish it here. Stop it. Oh, for God's sake. Right. On that note, we are going to leave it there. Guys, we appreciate it as always. Thank you. We're GNA TV. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Peace out, people.
It's like it's playtime and it's free time.